The History of the Philippines, A Journey Through Time. The history of the Philippines stretches far beyond the arrival of Spanish or American colonizers. Long before foreign powers set foot on its shores, the islands were home to vibrant cultures and deep-rooted traditions. The earliest known inhabitants were the Negritos, a collective term for several indigenous groups who share similar physical traits. Believed to have arrived some 30,000 years ago by crossing ancient land bridges from mainland Asia, they lived as hunter-gatherers, thriving in the Philippines' rich and diverse natural environment. Around 4,000 years ago, a new wave of settlers arrived, not by land, but by sea. These were the Austronesian-speaking Malayo-Polynesian peoples, often referred to simply as the Malays. Skilled in navigation, agriculture, metalwork, and pottery, they transformed island life. These communities, though distinct in language and culture, spread across the archipelago and established barangays, small socio-political units led by a datu or chieftain. Over time, trade with neighboring regions flourished. The archipelago became part of a dynamic Southeast Asian trading network linking with China, India, and other civilizations. Societies grew in complexity, evolving into early states such as the Kingdom of Tondo in the north and the Sultanate of Sulu in the south. These societies had their own governance, laws, and belief systems, a testament to the island's pre-colonial sophistication. In 1521, a turning point arrived. Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan, sailing for Spain, landed in the Philippines. His arrival signaled the beginning of centuries of foreign colonization. Though initially welcomed, Magellan was killed in the Battle of Mactan by local warriors led by Lapu-Lapu. Despite this, Spain returned in 1565 under Miguel López de Legazpi, establishing the first permanent settlement in Cebu and beginning more than 300 years of Spanish rule. Spanish colonization brought profound cultural and religious changes. The spread of Catholicism became its most lasting legacy, though it was met with resistance and uprisings. Over time, Spanish influence seeped into Filipino language, arts, governance, and education. Formal schools were built, ancient scripts gave way to the Latin alphabet, and the colonial system reshaped daily life. But colonization also brought suffering, forced labor, heavy taxation, and widespread inequality. Despite numerous revolts, Spanish rule endured, marked by both cultural fusion and deep social divides. By the late 19th century, the Filipino spirit of resistance ignited a nationwide revolution. In 1898, following the Spanish-American War and the signing of the Treaty of Paris, the Philippines was ceded to the United States, ushering in a new era of colonial rule. The Filipino people, having fought to free themselves from Spain, were not ready to submit to another foreign power. The Philippine-American War, 1899 to 1902, was a brutal conflict marked by heavy casualties and civilian suffering. Though the Americans ultimately prevailed, it came at great cost. Under American rule, the Philippines experienced major reforms. English became the language of instruction, public schools expanded, infrastructure was modernized, and democratic ideals were introduced. Yet, colonial control remained. Then came World War II. In 1941, Japanese forces invaded. The islands endured widespread destruction, brutality, and hardship under occupation. Resistance remained strong, and in 1945, with the help of American forces, the Japanese were expelled. The war's end paved the way for Philippine independence. On July 4, 1946, the Philippines finally became a sovereign nation. The birth of the Third Republic marked a hopeful but difficult beginning. The country faced immense challenges, war-torn cities, a battered economy, and political instability. Under President Manuel Roxas and succeeding leaders, the Philippines embarked on the task of rebuilding. The post-war decades saw both growth and upheaval. The 1960s and 70s brought economic development, but also the authoritarian rule of Ferdinand Marcos, who declared martial law in 1972, a dark period marked by repression and unrest. In 1986, the People Power Revolution peacefully overthrew Marcos and ushered in a return to democracy under Corazon Aquino, the first female president in Asia. Her leadership symbolized national healing and democratic renewal. Since then, the Philippines has continued its journey, navigating political shifts, economic struggles, natural disasters, and global challenges. Despite setbacks, it has emerged as one of Southeast Asia's most dynamic nations. Today, the Philippines is a mosaic of influences indigenous, Asian, Spanish, American blended into a unique identity. It is a nation of extraordinary resilience, defined by its people's unwavering spirit and deep love for their homeland. The story of the Philippines is not just a tale of colonization and resistance, it is a narrative of survival, reinvention, and hope. It is a story still being written by every Filipino day by day with pride and purpose.